All righty. It has been a while, hasn't it? My goodness, I'm taking off my sweater. I'm hot.
I'm
Oh,
freezing, so I've been a little under the weather today. I think my body's trying to fight off something and not come down sick. So I've been sleeping off and on today, and I've been just freezing cold.
oh man, Kelly, you gotta take care of yourself.
I know, I know, I
You
know.
got, yeah. So if you have to sleep, sleep.
That's what
Whatever.
I decided. It's like every time I've reached the age that when my body tells me it's tired, I will sleep.
That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. So we are, thanks to Renee, I think Renee was the person who got this party started.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about doing in-home parties. So, who here with us this evening is seven of us, count me. Who who has actually gone into a home before COVID and done a Tupperware party in person?
Yeah,
Okay,
and
clean
I have,
slate. Yes, Shirley, you have.
and
Yes,
I
you have.
after COVID too. I did
Oh,
last
good.
last
That's
year.
right.
Yeah,
That's right. How about you, Chris?
No, I haven't. Everything I've done's been online.
Oh, okay. So this will be good. So you'll probably have a lot of questions. I have a little bit of an outline, but we will take time to answer questions for you. Okay? So when we're talking about an in-person party, first of all, it is not necessarily in someone's home. This in-person party could be in a community room. Maybe your host is in an apartment, but they have a clubhouse or a community room. It could be there. It could be in an office where you're there during their lunch break. It can be in the school cafeteria or the teacher's room, in their break room. Your in-person party can be anywhere at all. Um, yes, Renee?
So the party that I did at the senior building and the one I did at teachers building, those are in-home parties.
Yes, those
They
are
were
in-person party.
in-person parties. Okay.
So you actually did a demonstration,
Mm-hmm.
shared the catalog. That's an in-person party.
Okay.
So yes, so it doesn't necessarily have to be in the home. But that is what people relate the Tupperware party to, the 50s and the 60s and the ladies sitting around having coffee. So we're going way, way past that. We can be in a home and they can have their friends over. And so when we're offering that in-person party, you want to ask them, will we be having a party at your house or somewhere else? Because maybe they didn't think about it. Or sometimes they're a little wary of having it in their home. Because does that mean I got a vacuum? Oh, so you leave it wide open for them to decide. Sometimes people will go together, two best friends, and they'll all invite their other friends and families, what we call a double host party. So it may be in somebody else's house. It might be again in a clubhouse or something like that. So the double host party or the multi-host party is when you have several hosts doing it at the same time on the same day in the same place. And everybody is inviting their own friends. Because even
Oh,
though they're friends, they have other friends, they have neighbors, they have club members, they have relatives. So they're all inviting different people. So that's one way to do three parties in the same 2 hour period. So there are lots of ways to have a Tupperware party. But How do you get those? Because it all starts with the dating. So how do you get those datings? If you are talking to an individual, a customer, maybe you're helping them with a warranty, or they just want to see what's new, and you have the opportunity to talk to them, you just throw it out there. Tupperware has some amazing gifts for hosts right now. And I would love to get together with just a few of your friends, show off what's new so that you can get the host credits from those sales and get free Tupperware. So you're offering them the opportunity to get their Tupperware for free and to introduce their friends to Tupperware as well. It could be someone who's a regular customer and you know their trends and what they love. So let's share this with your family. Let's show them how amazing the fridge smarts are. Let's show them the pressure cooker. Let's show them the micro grill. Whatever it is that they love, suggest to them that they have a party so they can show off their stuff and you can tell them all about it, all the benefits of those products. So in order to have a Tupperware party, you got to date a Tupperware party. And the only way you can date a Tupperware party is if you talk to people and you talk to them with that focus to have a party. And they're not helping you out. Just remember that. They're not helping you out. You are helping them because they are going to get free Tupperware. They're going to have designated time to hang out with their friends. And they're going to be able to see firsthand what's new or try a new recipe. You can cook at parties. I will say the average cooking party will be about 2 hours. But other than that, you can do a party as quickly as you want. Don't go over 2 hours if you can help it. I've had that happen to me, and the husband comes in and she goes, "Do I need to get her a sleeping bag?" Oh, okay, I was there too long. We were just chatting. He was ready for me to go. So don't wear out your welcome. So 2 hours tops is good. And I know the ladies are having fun. Maybe they haven't gotten together in forever and they're just having a good time. That doesn't mean you have to stay there. You start packing up. And they will either bring you their orders, and we'll talk about that later, or the host can get in touch with them or send them to the website or whatever, but you don't have to stay there. So if you do a simple, easy demo, you can tailor that time period. So that's something that you can also ask the host. We can do 2 hours or less. What sounds good to you? And I said, "Oh, I was just thinking like 30, 45 minutes." "Oh, that's fantastic. Let's do it because I could bake a cake in 12 minutes in my stack cooker."
That's like you told me that time that you could do something at like an office in the break
Mhm.
room on their lunch hour. You could do like a coffee and cake party, and you have your
Yes.
cold brew already to go and the cake in 10, 12
Mhm.
minutes.
That's exactly right. And if you're in a public space and you're in the break room or whatever, always do a chocolate cake because they can smell that cake cooking and they'll come in there. "That chocolate, what is that? What's going on in here?" So, so you want something that's very flavorful and fragrant that will pull them in. So another way is if you're doing vendor events, you can set up a corner of your table to encourage them to date. These are the host gifts for January or something like that. I do these bags. It's just a simple simple little bag from the Dollar Tree. And I put this sign on it. Can you see that?
Mhm.
So those are the times that I'm having my party. And inside, let's see, which is this one, Friday. Sometimes I have to push Friday, so I have to have a better gift. So this one has a quick shake in it. So I have, when do I do parties? Fridays, Saturdays, and Wednesdays. So if that's just sitting there, now you know why I can put Friday, Saturday, or Wednesday? Because that's my schedule. Do you know your party schedule? What days do you plan to do parties? And are you planning afternoon or evening or brunch? What time slots in your calendar are set aside for parties? You need to know your schedule right up front, because when you say, oh, let's have a party, what day do you want to have it? I was thinking Tuesday at 4. Ooh, I can't do Tuesdays. She didn't know you couldn't do Tuesdays. But if you say, I do parties on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, which one is best for you? Hey, Kathy on Facebook. So this is your schedule, and these are the times that you do your parties. Now, if she goes, oh, you know what? I would have to do a Thursday. Then you just be very gracious. Your whole date book could be blank. But these are your party days. So then if she says Thursday and Thursday's not one of my days, I says, let me check my book. Maybe we can do, and I open my date book or I look on my phone, and every Thursday in the book is open. I'm not doing anything. But I'm going to look just to let her know that that is not one of my days. I didn't offer her a Thursday, but if Thursday is the only time for her, let me see. How about the second Thursday in January? Oh, yeah, that'll be good. And then you have that dating. But that is totally up to you. The times that you have other obligations, the times that you just want for you, some me time, that's got to be in your calendar too. But you have, if I'm going to do 3 parties a week, this is when I'm going to do these parties. And so that's solid. Those are your work days. You have a work schedule on the job, and you're going to show up on those days. So when you have a schedule and you're offering that dating to somebody, you're specific. I do parties on these days. And that's how you date those. You can give them all kinds of incentives. Sometimes just a keychain will get a person ready to date a party. In my bags, I should have showed you. I showed you the quick shake. I have these. Anything that's 4 or more or a special set. This is one of the big wonders. And I got Cervalier bowls up the yin yang. So the little Cervalier bowls. Now, it doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be special, but just remember, you're giving them free Tupperware. If it's a citrus peeler, that's amazing.
I was gonna say, never underestimate the power of a good gadget. I
Exactly.
love, like, they used to have the egg separator that you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
those are great. I love those. And they got those tiny little um like a drainer thing too that have the little sieve thing. Those are cute, but I've always been a gadget geek. So yeah, people love gadgets.
They do. They do. And it's Tupperware and it's free. So, oh, goodness, hold on. Is mommy here? Oh, she is? Are you fixing to go home? Oh, okay. Hmm. Oh, okay. All righty. I will see you tomorrow. Okay, come back tomorrow. Excuse me, everybody. Bye-bye. Okay. All righty. So that was Lily, of course. And mommy was running a little bit late today. Okay, so we have our datings. You set the date, you agreed on the date. She got, oh, and when I give them this, I don't give it to them. I put their name. You'll use one of these little slips, put their name and their date and time, address, all of that stuff, and you put it in the bag. And so this one is yours, and I'm gonna bring it when we have our party. She don't go home with this.
That way that she can't
Oh.
cancel on you.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought they were going home with it.
No, they
Oh.
are not going home with it. They
Okay.
take theirs. The only time I'll let somebody go take something home is if it's like a fridge smart. This little small fridge smart, because I want them to report back. I want you to use this so you can report back at your party and tell me how much you loved it.
Okay.
But I will be keeping tabs on her. But generally, the gift that I'm giving away for dating, they actually get it, and I do a nice big presentation. Thank you so much. You were at Susie's party and you chose this date, and here is your gift. I didn't forget you like that. So there you go. So now you got your party dated, you've got your date, and you want a date as close as possible. If somebody says, oh, I want to have a party in June, no. It's like, oh my goodness, I don't know where I'm going to be in June, but I've got the next 2 weeks in the last 2 weeks of January available. Or maybe I can do something in February. So you really want to keep it within a month. And if you can do it that very next week or the week after, that's the best time to do it. So that's what you're going to suggest. If they want to have it 3 months from now, well, I'm old, so I can say, I hope I'm alive. So anything could happen between now and tomorrow. So don't tell me you want to have a Tupperware party 4 months from now. Life changes. So you want to date those in close. And the other reason you want to date them in close is because when you hold their parties, you want somebody from that party to hold the party as well. So you are filling up your date book week by week by week and not down the road where anything could happen. I don't know how many people had parties dated for March of 2020. That didn't happen.
That didn't go well at all, I'm sure.
That did not happen. COVID hit and everybody was just in a tailspin. What are we going to do? Now we could do Zoom, we could do Facebook, but our hostesses needed time to wrap their heads around that. How is that going to work? So, even if they dated their March party in January, nobody knew what was going to happen. COVID hit and changed everything. So it's another reason to keep it close. So if something does happen, it's out of our control, but within 2 weeks, you should be good. Of course, we just don't know, but that's what you want to do. Try and keep it in close. So
Plus, they'll stay excited for it.
yes, especially if it's something that is on special for that month. They really want to get that and they want to get this. So we want to keep it close because things are changing all the time. So when you get that dating, the next step is to set a time to plan that party planning. You want to get together with the host. Back in the day, the party planning packet would include invitations, a couple of catalogs, order forms. That has changed a lot. Order forms are still nice. Some people still like to write out their orders, but you want to make sure that they have on your card or maybe on a special flyer the date, the time of their party, what they're going to do at their party. And that's part of the planning. Are we going to cook at your party? Do we have a theme that we want to consider? Time savers, money savers, mommy and me, things like that. So if you're decide what you're going to do at the party. If you're cooking at your party, what are we going to cook? Are we using the pressure cooker? The 5-ingredient chili in the wintertime is a big deal. Quick and easy, 30 minutes. A dessert, do a soda pop cake or a blueberry crumble in the micro grill. So when you're planning your party, you want all that information. You give her some suggestions, choose your favorites. If they don't want to cook, what type of theme will you use? You can do organization or, like I said, time savers, money savers, things like that. And in order to put together your demo. So you've got your date of your party, you got what you're going to do at your party. And for invitations, you can use the invitations that's in your back office when you set up the party. Get the email addresses. Some people like to do their own little personal, but you always want to tell the hostess to invite them in person. So if they're going to get an email, if you're going to use that and email all of her guests, I suggest that you get those email addresses and suggest to her at least 25 email addresses. Hi, Kathy on Zoom. So the reason 25, because they may say, oh my goodness, 25? I said, so a Tupperware party isn't as big a deal as a wedding, but people invite 400 people to a wedding and expect to have 125. So you can invite 10, but we can't guarantee that 10 are going to be there. But if you invite 25, we probably will get 10. And that's a great party number. Now I've told people to invite 25 and 37 people.
Hold up.
They were sitting on the stairway. They were everywhere. And it was craziness. But it was fun and it was like $1,700. So, so you give them that number, they give you the email addresses and you put those in your back office. That way, you know that 25 people have been invited. So if she goes, oh, I'm going to call everybody and see, I says, well, make your guest list and let me have it so I can check. And if I do the invitations online, I can see their response and know that they got it. So how does that sound? I want you to call them and let them know that they're getting an email invitation. So they're personally inviting them, really, to look for that email invitation. So you're going to get that. You got that. Explain to her your website and her particular party. I usually create a QR code for that party and put it on my little invitation flyer. So they can do that. I also do the flyer with that QR code large and have it sitting there at the party so they can place their orders while we're talking, which works really well because they will. And I'll say, I'm not sure if that's on sale or not. And somebody go, oh yeah, I just saw it. Because they're scrolling through while you're talking. So they can be placing their orders. In the good old days, everybody had to write out their orders and you had to do the calculate the tax and all of that. Some people still want to do that. So absolutely go ahead and do that. Offer um, payments. Now we have all kind of ways that they can pay: Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. However, you want them to pay you. If they're writing out their order form, you're putting that order in for them. So you want that payment either upfront or let them know about the payment link, to look for the payment link. The reason I go with Zelle is because their order is not going to go in until I put it in. So, 2 or 3 days later, they might say, oh, they're waiting for the payment link. They didn't get the payment link. So maybe they don't want to do it right now. So I'm not going to go home that night. You could do that. Go home that night and put in the orders and send out the payment link. So depending on how you want to do it, if I have them Zelle that night, I've got their totals, I have them Zelle, I have the money to make that payment whenever I put the orders in. So, so that's what I like to do. And then, of course, while you're party planning, you want her to think about 2 things. Who is she inviting to her party who would love to have their own Tupperware party? So it's what we call a dating in waiting. So she's thinking about that. Oh, you know what? My mother-in-law might have a party. So when the hostess asks their friends, it's easier than you asking. You could even offer them a gift if they have a dating waiting by the time her party is actually held. Then the other thing you want to make sure you ask her is, have you ever thought of doing something like this? I would love to show you how. And this could be your launch party so that all the datings will go to you. The party itself is mine. I'm doing the demo. I'm giving away the door prize drawings and all of that stuff. I'm putting those orders in. So I'm working that party. So I'm going to get paid for that party. But everything else at that party will launch her business. If she says yes, all the datings will go to her. And that's the way I work it. So this is everything before you actually have the party. So now the hostess is ready. She's excited. She knows what you're going to do at the party and she can talk it up. So she's excited. And then you'll want to touch base with her again a few days before the party. And then the day before the party, check on her guest list. Has anybody called you about the party? Does anybody want to see something special? Does anybody have any broken pieces? Have you talked to your guests? So how many people are you expecting? So if a sale pops up before her party, give her a call or shoot her a text. You will not believe what's on sale right now, and I hope there's still some left when we have your party. So the party link is out there. She's already told her friends the party is there. So she can tell her friends, oh my goodness, the stack cooker's on sale and you were talking about that. So go to my party link and you can order it right now. So when those sales pop up, so you want to Keep in touch with your hostess from the moment you date her to the actual party. So now, the day of the party, you got your kit all packed up. Okay, you don't have to pull up a truck. You just want to have maybe your favorite piece, a couple of sets, and things that complement each other. If you have 8 pieces that represent the basics in Tupperware, prep, storage, serving, kids. You got that? You can pull it all together. If you're talking about fridge and freezer and cupboards, then that's your flow. You're going to talk about one, you're going to talk about the other. If you're talking about prep, you've got the supersonic. You've got the whipping mix. You've got our utensils, our garlic press, the zesting press. Is it there now? I don't know that. Our utensils, our knives, and then storage and cooking. So you can add that with the stack cooker. You can add that with the silicone bags. So you flow your demo so that it continues. You ask them a lot of questions. You want to stay engaged with them. Ask them questions. See what they love. I had an engagement thing here. Let me see if I can share my screen. Engage. Okay. Okay, let me see. Am I sharing? Yeah. Okay. So at your parties, this is engage. Entertain, make it fun. Notice their needs because you're chatting with them. Give them solutions, adapt to their circumstances, and guide them in how to use the products. When you're doing a cooking demo, you're going to have everybody doing something. If they just pull the cord on that supersonic one time and pass it to the next person, everybody's doing that. So, and you're telling them how the product works as you're cooking. If you're just doing the demo, you want to give them the features and benefits on those products and how they relate to other products. The Fridge Smart, for instance, when they've got their fresh fruits and veggies, when they're ready to cook, are they going to use the supersonic chopper? Well, of course they are. So you tie those things in, the utensils and things like that. You want your party, again, we talked about time. So you want to be there at least 30 minutes early. So 30 minutes early so that you can get yours set up. Oh, I'm going to stop sharing. So you can get yours set up, get your demo set up, get a feel of where you're going to be. If you're cooking, is there an island? Is it just the kitchen table or whatever? And how everybody is going to be there. So you're there early so you can see how you're going to get it all put together. And then you're there early so that you can meet the guests as they come in. How do you know our hostess? Oh, I live next door. Oh, I'm her mother-in-law. Da 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 da. Oh, did you have to work today? Oh, no, I don't work. Or, oh, yeah, I just barely got through that traffic. Blah, blah, blah. So you're getting to know the guests as they come in. And usually I have door price tickets. So I give them a ticket as I meet them, chat with them a little bit. And then that helps me to know what I want to focus on in my demo. So you do your demo. Some people like games. If you have time for games, you have to keep all that in mind so you can keep it flowing. A lot of times, excuse me, a lot of times I'll just do door prizes. I'll hand out tickets for everything. They ask me a question, they get a ticket. If it's a really good question, I might give them 5 tickets. And so I'm just handing out tickets, handing out tickets, handing out tickets. Oh my goodness, you're wearing my favorite color today. Give them a ticket. Anything at all. How many people actually have modular mates in their home? They get a ticket. So I give away a lot of tickets, and when I do 2 or 3 door prizes, depending on how many people are there, in lieu of the games. And there are tons of things there. So you're going to do a demo. You're going to engage them, ask them questions. How many uses that? How many hate to cook? Because if they hate to cook or they love to cook, they still need Tupperware. So you could ask either one of those questions. And as you're doing your demo and they're getting to know, then you incorporate. A lot of people get the supersonic at half price as a host. Throw it out there. You know, people love the Micro Pro Grill. It's one of the favorites as a half price item. Free. When you're party planning, ask the hostess, what does she want to get free? So start her wish list. And then when you're doing your demo, then you can throw that out there. Our hostess is determined to get this whipping mix for free with her host credits. So without saying, can you date a party? Will you date a party? You should date a party. You're letting them see what they can get by hosting a Tupperware party, the benefits of hosting, and tell your story fast and quick, why you're in Tupperware today, how you came into Tupperware, your favorite Tupperware product, and how easy it is to give Tupperware a try. It's an old saying that Tupperware isn't for everyone, but it's for everyone to try. Take home some free Tupperware. So you do that. You tell them how to place their order. You do your door prize drawings. Thank everyone for coming, and I hope I see you at Mary's party. Now, Mary may not have said she wanted to have a party, but I would just throw it out there. And she goes, what? No, wait. And everybody goes, oh, are you going to have a party? Boom, she's having a party. So very casually, the ones that you've met before, the ones that are engaging in everything that you're saying, those are your next hosts. Those are your recruits. So they're having a good time. You'll want to approach them separate. And so you want to take advantage. I showed these, the little things, slips, info slips. There are all kinds of different kinds, but have everybody at the party fill this out and make that a special door prize. But that way you've got all of their information. So you know the ones that you really enjoyed spending time with, and you can call them later. I'm so glad that you came to Mary's party. I never would have met you if it wasn't for that. And I just think you're fantastic. And you would be really good at this business. And this is why. So you're throwing out general opportunity bids, dating bids while you're doing that party. Then once you help them with their orders, I can answer any questions. Please come up and touch and feel my Tupperware. It's okay. I like fingerprints. And let them come up, and while you're talking to different ones, helping them with their orders, asking any questions. And then as you got what you believe to be most of the orders, and I'm checking, I have my phone, I'm checking in my back office what web orders have gone through. So they're still sitting there and they're chatting, but they're putting in their orders. Some of them are creating their orders while I'm still doing the demo. So I can touch on that and I can give the host an idea of her party sales so far. And then I pack up and I go. I let the hostess know that we'll close out your party on this. Let all the guests know the last day to place their order is 3 days from now. Don't let it go on and on and on. 3 or 4 days max, and this party is over. And on that 4th day, you talk to the hostess and you see, oh, so-and-so can't place their order till Saturday. So let's talk to her and see if she would like this to be a part of her party, if she wants to date a party, or someone who has already said they're going to have a party. So we'll put her, if she can order on Saturday, but I'll already have Lynn's party set up so she can place her order on Lynn's party. Now, the hostess really wanted that order to go on her party, but we already said we're closing this party today. On this day, it's closed. So if you're firm in what you tell the hostess, she will realize from the beginning when this party is over what she has in store, and that way you can move on. That makes your life easier. If you're waiting, so-and-so said she was going to place an order and I haven't got it, and I don't have time for that. Let's keep it going because I want to move on to the next party and get the whoever dated at her party. We want to get them party planned and move on. And that is looking at those parties as your business. You're working. So, I mean, can you imagine being a cashier in a grocery store and somebody said, oh, well, my friend, I've already checked out all of her stuff. And she goes, oh, wait. My friend, she had to go back and get some milk. I got other people to see. So I can't wait for her. She can get in line with her milk later. I'm done with you. Here, there. So that's how you keep the party flowing and keep it going. The gifts, the gadgets, the things you want to give away, your door prizes, that's all totally up to you. Because they don't know what anybody else is giving anybody else. They don't know what's big, what's small, what's anything. You are giving them this for free. So when your party closes, everybody goes home with something, some little gadget, citrus peeler, smidget, all those things that we don't have available. Some little gift. Thank you for being here. And for those ones that you kind of put a star by, so those people you want to talk to, you'll have something extra for them. I would really love to chat with you a little bit about the opportunities in Tupperware. And I have this little gift that's just for you. And let's set a time so we can talk. So, in a nutshell, that is your party. So from the time you start, if you're doing a cooking demo, you want to introduce yourself, introduce the website so that they know that, and then you start cooking, whatever it is. Let's all go in the kitchen and prepare our chili. It's only 5 ingredients, so let's do that. So that means somebody's got to open the can of beans, so they're going to use the can opener. Somebody's going to chop up the onions with the supersonic and like that. And then we put it in the pressure cooker, and then we go and finish our demo and talk about a couple other things. But everything that we use to prepare that meal or whatever it is we're doing, we're demoing as we have other people use it. So that's part of your demo. while it's cooking, the chili's in there for 30 minutes. We can talk about specials. We can talk about host gifts. We can talk about anything that you didn't talk about on your table. So that's up to you. You don't even have to demo all 8 things that you bring. Because somebody will say, oh, wait, we didn't talk about that. And then you can chat for a minute. But that keeps your party streamlined. Everybody has a good time. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's got something for free. They get to taste whatever meal you're giving them. They get great ideas on saving time, saving money with the fridge smarts or whatever. So they're having fun right then and there. They're placing their orders. You're packing up. You're going home. And sometimes your packing up gets them to thinking about their order. Oh, wait. I wanted to ask you about this before I place my order. Or how do I place my order? Because they know you are leaving. So there's that sense of urgency. But if you're hanging out and sipping on coffee or margaritas or whatever is being served, they think they got plenty. They're there to party and chit chat and be with their friends, but you are at work and you got to be off the clock. So you got to keep going. Which is, speaking of off the clock, if I'm doing a party for a good friend and I know everybody in the room and they're having a great time, first of all, I said, I'm working right now, but I'll take off my shoes when I'm not. So I'm going to do my job, do my demo, chit chat with them a little bit, and then I'm going to pack up and I'm going to slip off my shoes. And now, oh, Mary, how are you? Then I could talk. But you got your friends and your relatives, if you're doing parties for them, you gotta put it up front. I gotta do my job. I gotta do my job, and then we could talk. So, and they will be the first ones to date another party. If your party is short and sweet and informative, they will look forward to the next party. So, questions. Questions?
I think you covered everything.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so at the end, and this question is about the orders. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we're all done. You know, we've cooked, we chit chatted, we talked, but I'm ready to take orders now.
Mm-hmm.
So, so how do people place orders? Are they going, am I placing orders on my phone? Are they placing their own orders? What does placing orders, what does that look like?
Okay. All of the above. You have the website for them to place their own orders.
Okay,
And remember and you make it known to them, our party will close in 3 days. So they can place their own orders. They can also write their orders out on order forms for you to put in
okay,
that way. So they have choices. They're also, the hostess may have some little scribbles. My mom couldn't come, but she asked me to order this for her. And you take those. So, taking orders and putting them in the back office, you have the choice of sending that person the party link so that they can make that payment. You want to make sure that every order has the name, address, phone number, and email
okay.
so that you can contact them.
So when I give my introduction,
Mhm.
when I give my introduction and my why, then I'm thinking I should give them the flow for our party.
And
Like,
what do you mean by flow of the party?
well, I guess I need, okay, this is what I'm thinking. I get there, I introduce myself, and let's say we're gonna do some, I don't know, we'll cook something. I introduce myself and I say, the host and I, we're going to cook, and you guys can join us, and we cook and everyone's having a good time. And so while we're cooking, do I then say, okay, well, now while we're cooking, while we're having a great time, just know that you can be thinking about your orders while we're in the party. So this is, I'll have my QR code and the website over here. And so I'll introduce, the ordering part of the party. I guess I don't
So
want to wait to the end for that. I want to give people I want them to know, you can start, placing
exactly.
orders while we're in the party. I want to introduce it at some point.
Yes.
I don't want to
That's
wait
at
to
the
the end.
Yeah, that's at the very beginning. At the
Okay,
very beginning, as you're introducing yourself, you're thanking the hostess for having a party.
right.
And this is her party link to go shopping. There,
Okay,
and you can say there are lots of things on sale that we won't be talking about right now, but you can certainly check out those things.
okay.
So that's before.
What I,
Go ahead.
oh, sorry. What I do is I have a clipboard and I give each guest a clipboard, and on that clipboard it has the catalog, it has the sale, and it has my um business card. And as I'm talking, they have, and I tell them that on the back of my business card, well, on my business card, there's the QR code. You can scan that and go right to the website.
Mhm.
You'll be able to find the host, and you'll be able to find her party, and you can place your orders through the party. And
Mhm.
you can make your wish list. You can see the items that I'm discussing, and you can see all the other orders that may be on sale, as well as the orders that are available in the catalog
Yes.
Okay, I
to
Yes.
like
order.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, I like
But
that.
some things may be, sold out or not
Mhm.
available right now. So
Yes.
they'll be able to see what is available. And also, we have the online exclusives,
Right.
so they can see those too.
I like that. Giving the guests each a clipboard because
Yeah.
they don't need their information anyway. If I give it to them as they come in, they can sit there. They'll have everything they need. I like
And
that.
I got the clipboards at the dollar store.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
Hmm.
Mhm. And I use a folder that I
I was
replenish.
just gonna say clipboards at Dollar Tree are awesome.
Yeah. That way they have something hard to write on.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah, the clipboard is nice because they do.
Hmm.
Yeah. So this is where inside my folder, I have this on a paper clip. I have the order form and a sales flyer.
Okay.
And then I have
Oh
other
yeah.
links.
And did I mention that I have the order form on there? That way they can write down their name and what they may want. And I have a copy of that. And that way, when they place their order, I can give them a receipt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. And so the order forms are more for your benefit than their benefit
Yes.
Yeah.
if you're using the order forms.
Yeah.
And
Because then
so,
I have their information. I have
right.
their mailing address. I have their email address.
Yes.
And I have a
Mhm.
copy of what they ordered.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Barbara.
Okay. So any other questions? We got Renee done. Any other questions?
I was wondering when you give the gifts for the drawings, do you give it in a bag or do you just hand it to them?
Usually I just hand it to them.
Okay, so everybody
And
knows what they
sometimes
get.
I'll tell them. Yeah, sometimes I'll tell them, we're going to give away this for our door prize.
Okay,
And that's it. And then that's when I use these for a door prize, I'll use tickets and I'll use this for the special, because that's all their information on this slip. So then I'll do a something special for that. But yeah, generally sometimes I'll have a bag and I'll play with them,
Oh,
you know, and I'll say, oh, this is our door prize. Did I mean to bring this one? Okay, so this is our door prize. I don't know who likes red. I don't know. So I'll tease them with that way and keep them going. And it could be a smidget in that big bag. So
They don't know.
they don't know. And they're so wound up when they get it, they'll be so excited no matter what it is. Okay. Yes. So any other questions? The main thing I want to say is be firm on the dating and keep the hostess involved. If this is her day, this is her day. So when you're party planning her, you'll keep that timeline. She wants to get her people invited in time because you really 10 days out is the most you want to do. And there'll be times when it's longer than that. But if this is her date, this is her date. Okay, I've reserved this time for you and your friends. So you want to keep that up front, and the closing date. You want to keep that firm.
and
So
if
this is the time period.
my hostess from the last in-home party, she didn't have the money to buy her half-price stuff. So I did keep putting off the closing date for her, and in fact, I think I extended it probably a month, just so that she would be able to get her half-price items and be able to order everything.
Yeah, I do remember that, Shirley. I
Yes,
do
don't
remember
you?
that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
And I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but
it wasn't.
really.
But the thing about her party is that if I remember correctly, her guests had already put their orders in and everything. So it was basically just waiting on her. Is that right, Shirley? Did
Yes,
I
but
remember
there
that
was,
right?
yes, but there was one that we were trying to, that wanted to place an order, and I talked to her off and on, but we never did get her to place an order, but basically everybody else had ordered.
Yeah, yeah. So the best thing for that is when you're party planning, you make those dates firm
Okay.
right in there. We will be closing your party. Okay. What else can I answer for you? Is this worth it?
This was wonderful. I
Yes.
appreciate it so much. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
step by step in plain, simple language so that we can all understand it.
Good, 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 good.
I think
And
another mistake
Yeah.
I made with my party, in-home party, is I brought too much of the Tupperware to show. I
ah,
had a bunch of it. I had 3 or 4 bags of it.
oh yeah, that's a lot.
So that's too much.
I made that mistake too.
Have you?
I brought too much to demo.
Mhm.
And I've learned that I don't need to bring the whole brochure of everything plus everything that all the cooking items and all that kind of stuff. I don't need to do all of that. Because then
Yes.
you,
I was just
as
gonna
I
say
learned
that.
from Cheryl, you have to have something to show at the next person's party.
Exactly. And Kathy, what were you saying?
I was gonna say that. I mean, I remember when I got the little blue wagon, I'm like, I'm bringing too much stuff to the parties if I have to have a wagon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had like 3 bags and I was unloaded and my
Yep.
host even said, "Are you moving in?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'm bringing too much stuff."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, there's another downside to that. If someone is thinking about becoming a
Mhm.
consultant, they say, oh man, I can't do all that. Or they say, I'll never
Yeah,
have that much Tupperware. They don't know they will,
right,
but they'll say,
Right.
oh no, I
Right.
can't do this.
right.
So another reason to keep it simple is to encourage those who may be considering doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
Right.
if you don't have a whole lot and you do have to leave, you can
Right.
you can get out of there. You can get out of there.
Plus, I
Um,
think people can be overwhelmed if there's too much.
Yeah.
yes,
You know, that's
Mm-hmm.
why it's probably good to come up with a game plan with your hostess beforehand, what you
mhm,
want to focus on.
yes, yes.
Exactly.
Oh, another thing you want to do, I just remembered because I didn't do that one time. If you have an allergy, when you're party planning,
Mm.
you want to bring that up to your host. Do you have cats? I'll make sure I have my Benadryl. And then we know it's going to be short and sweet. I had to gather up and go because I did a college party one time and they were loud and crazy and somebody called the police. And the guy goes, officer, we're just having a Tupperware party. And he goes, what? And so he opens the door all the way, and there I am standing there. And I says, we're just about done, sir. We're so
So
I've had
Stephanie had a raid on her Tupperware
yes, I have.
party.
Twice people have called the police.
Oh my
Once
God.
I
My.
was in an apartment complex and all the neighbors and their little kids, I gave all the kids the whistle straws.
Oh wow.
And they were out blowing their whistles and running up and down the corridor.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes, yes. So someone was very upset about that. And then like, when I was in California, I lived not too far from UC Davis. And so I did do a lot of college parties and so because they had to have their little stash of stuff and um there was a popular item that they would keep. It's legal now, but at the time it wasn't that they have their
That's one of my
graphic.
husband's favorite stories. He heard you tell it once when you and he said,
Yeah.
is she the one that was selling all those modular bags to the college students?
Yes. So all of those, but you never know what's going to happen at a party. So you do kind of want to be prepared. I had one experience of 12 people and 9 of them smoked. So they had the beer, they had the wine, they had the cigarettes. I had to go.
Yeah,
I was like, I can't.
gotta
I
go.
Yep, I did the quickest I think that party was over in 45 minutes. I did the quickest part. I did everything that I told you to do,
But
but
faster.
kept it going. Kept it going. Thank you so much. I want to make sure you all place your orders. And in those days, you had to do an order form. Please leave
Mhm.
your order forms with the hostess. And thank you everyone for being here. And I know you're having a blast. So let's go ahead and get a second glass of wine. You guys enjoy. I'm paying. I could hardly breathe. I could hardly breathe. So yeah, so all of those things, be prepared for anything is helpful when you're party planning the host. If you can party plan her in person in her home. If you're going to her
Mhm.
home, first of all, you know how far it is. Are you going to get there? But also you kind of see the layout of her home. And then you know if there's
Mhm.
cats and dogs and birds and but if you can and just you set up that time to party plan, it'll be 15 or 20 minutes. We'll just chat and plan how you want your party to go. So party planning in person is a big deal too. All righty. What else can I tell
And
you?
one other thing I do is I I got that little tidbit from doing Lori's keychain game. I really like that because it helps to get you datings if people play.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen it, it really is people pick the keychains, and if in the keychain it has in the keychain can have a piece of paper in it that says they'll get a prize, a gift, or if one of them may have, they get all three, a prize, a gift, or date a party.
Date a party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Date a party, get a prize. Oh, the other one was try again. Did she have try again in hers?
No, she didn't have
Oh,
try
she
again.
didn't have try again. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Or she had get all three.
Yeah, get all three.
Get all three.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
And so from that, I have two different color bags. One, the white bags will have the gift, and then the pink bags will have the prize. And so if they pick prize, then I know they get a pink bag. And these are the little tiny treasure prizes.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a smidget and maybe whatever from the tiny treasures. It could be
Yeah. They have a little
a melon,
spatulas,
a melon
melon
ball,
balls.
spatula, whatever whatever. And then if they pick prize, it could be whatever I'm giving away. It could be
And the prize is for dating a
a
party,
Tupperware
right?
container.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then hopefully they get all three. If they date a party, they on their honor to hold that party. So, but
Mm-hmm.
those are my gift bags, and I have the two different colors,
Now that's
so I know
smart.
which one. Yeah, so I
Mm-hmm.
know which one.
That's good. Yeah. And when you're dating that party and you do expect them to hold that party, just remind them that, that this is my job and I'm reserving this time for you in such a way that we're expecting you to have this party,
Right.
And so and which is another reason why I don't give them nothing till I show up.
Right.
Yes. And I say, as long as you open the door when I knock, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just let them know that this is the time reserved for them. This is your job and you're happy to go to work. So, yes. All righty. So, find ways as you're talking to people the rest of this week. Keep in mind, focus on dating a party and know your schedule. So if I asked each of you right now, what days do you hold parties? Could you tell me?
Yes.
Yes. Renee can tell me. What days do you hold parties, Renee?
I have it written down. I hold them on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay, so you have
Not Thursday, Friday, or Saturday.
okay. So they have 4 options,
Yes.
and daytime or evening.
Both. Except for Monday evening, not Monday evening.
Okay. Okay. So when you're putting it out there, you have to be very specific. So these
Yes.
are the days that I do parties, daytime or evening, and on Mondays, only during the day.
Yes.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. Anybody else have their schedule? They know when they're doing parties? Okay, let's get our schedule together. And the main reason that you want to have your schedule is to save you any grief. You don't ever want to tell somebody, no, I can't have a party that day. You have your schedule and they know up front, these are the days that they have. These are the choices that they have.
Plus, it
And
makes you more professional.
yes, that is true, because you are going to work. But when you have those days and you put that up front, then that's what they're looking at. So they can say, oh, it would have to be a Wednesday. Okay, so we've honed it into Wednesday. And I have this Wednesday and that Wednesday, daytime or evening. Which would you prefer? Just keep honing it down till you've got a date and a time.
See, and that's
And
one of my problems too, is I can't see to drive after dark. So
well,
mine would always have to be daytime.
daytime parties. And you've got lots of options. You can do brunch, you could do breakfast, brunch, snacks, desserts, all of
Mhm.
that as themes. And you're so good at all of that, Kelly. So there you go.
My only problem is I'm agoraphobic. It's just getting me out of the house. That's the trick.
Well, how about them coming to your house?
Oh, hell no, no, no.
No, no. Then Kelly, focus on the money you're gonna make.
I know, I know. I'm still doing it. I'm an online kind of guy.
I know you are. I love you for it because you do it so well. You do. You do it well. So, and then of course there's always Zoom. You can always do a Zoom party.
True.
Um, I do Zoom parties for people out of town, friends and family in California and anybody. So I could do an in-home party and somebody says, well, my aunt is in Ohio. Could she do a party? And back in the day, it would have to be a book party. But now I could offer a Zoom party where I'm at my house. All of her friends are there. She's got refreshments and everything at her house.
That also opens up how many people they can invite, because maybe all of their friends are from college and they live all over the country now.
Yes, yes. And that is really, really true. I did a Zoom party for my daughter, for her in-laws, and they were all over. Some of them were here, Boulder, Colorado Springs, which had like 6 people from Chihuahua. They were in Mexico. And they all got on and had a great time. And they fixed it because her mother-in-law was coming to visit them. So they had everybody in Chihuahua place their orders to go to Beverly's house. So when her mother-in-law came, she could take it all back home. So that worked out. But the thing about that one was they were having such a good time. I left the Zoom on. I said good night and I let them chat. They chatted for another hour. They had a great time and it was a great party. So you have lots of options. The office party is good because generally it's within the span of their lunch hours. And some toggle, like some have an early lunch, some have a, so you can stay there within a 2 and 3 hour period and get a whole new group of people coming in all the time. So dentists and eye eyeglass places,
Mhm.
they usually shut down for their lunch. So they don't have anybody coming in. And so I'm in there for their lunch break, for their break, and their undivided attention for the employees in the back room. So offices are good. So I think we've got it. So is everybody ready to try and find their focus on in-home parties, in-person parties? And you've got lots of different options. So
I
if
know.
other questions pop up, put them in our Hot Shots page, and I will put in, I did the engagement. I have one on being informative, and I will put that in our, well, maybe I'll create a guide for in-person parties. And
Well, I'm excited. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. I think that not having this has been maybe not, maybe I just didn't even know it, but I think I've been hesitant because I really didn't know what I was going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the two senior things I did, you know, I'm good like off the cuff. I have no problem with that. And that was good, but I want to do more, and I wanted to know, what does it really look like versus me out there winging it. So
Yes.
I'm grateful for this. Thank you so much. I've been finessing the dentist office. The ladies love me.
Oh, good.
And my dentist loves me. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to call my dentist and ask him to date a party at the office for the ladies.
Yes. And
And
you can do chips and salsa with this.
yes,
Yes. Dentist ask him, do you want me to make a cake?
yes. And the same with my eyeglass place. They love me. And
Yeah.
the doctor, he took my card. Oh, my wife is going to love this. But now I'm thinking I could call the eyeglass place and book a party with the
Mm-hmm.
staff. So
Yes.
yes,
And you
thank
can
you.
also book after hours. So after they close, they're still there. So if they want to set aside an hour
Yes.
after closing,
Lunch.
you can do the demo there.
Yes.
And depending on where they are, I've had good success with that when people don't want to get on the freeway. They have to
They
find
want to wait
that
till the
track.
traffic dies down first.
Yes. So let's have a party after hours, and the traffic will die down when it's time to go.
Very good. Yay.
Thank you, ladies. Speaking
Thank
of
you.
time to go, I gotta go.
Bye,
Okay,
Kathy.
thank
Have a
you,
good night.
Kathy.
Great.
And thank you,
Okay,
everyone.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Good
Thanks
night.
for being a part. I'm going to stop the recording now.
Okay.
Okay. Are you sure?